We're back talking more about the historic Lethbridge Festival revisits the 1970s, happening May 2nd through the 10th. Now we have Dawn joining us, and we're going to be talking more about what the Jazz Society is doing with the festival. So what's the Jazz Society, Lethbridge Jazz Society's involvement?
Well, our involvement is focusing on really prominent jazz music and musicians from the 1970s. And it was an interesting time because there was a lot of crossover between jazz and some popular music. And of course, it was a time when FM radio and what we call smooth jazz now was really getting popular. So there's a lot of stuff that people will know and recognize. So in the jazz concert, we're going to be featuring a lot of music by Chick Corea and Herbie Hancock, Chuck Mangione, another big name, a couple of the really good sax players from back then, Grover Washington Jr., Stanley Turrentine. And just to kind of round things out and add a little spice to it, we have a couple of TV themes that actually work really well in that. So we're really pleased to cover all that ground. I have playing on the concert is Randy Epp on keyboards, Kyle Harmon is playing drums, Ryan Hesseltine on saxophone, and I'm going to play trumpet and flugelhorn.
I haven't very much over here, Brian. You are representing not only the University of Lethbridge, which is where we are today, but you also are a big part in planning this. You were part of the Historic Lethbridge Committee. Tell a little bit about what else we can expect. We've heard a lot of things are going on, but there's even more.
Yeah, at the university, we have a number of events. The university is actually sort of supporting a number of events. At the Lethbridge Public Library on May 6th at 7 o'clock, there's going to be a fashion show. That's why I'm decked out in 1970s attire. Yes, exactly. This is from the Roloff Benny collection that we have at the university, and then these are from the Singer collection. So there'll be all sorts of wonderful fashions that will be shown around 7 o'clock, and then we have from the costume shop and that. And then around 8 o'clock, we're going to have a concert of music. The 70s was such a vibrant time for music, and so we are mixing together pop and rock and also classical music from the period. So a really wonderful mixture. Some of the most attractive music you could possibly have. Everything from Elton John to classical composer like Steve Reich, who was really quite big in that period. Really nice, really wonderful music, and that's a free concert at the Lethbridge Public Library on the 6th. And then also the 70s was a really important time in Canadian history. I personally lived through the October crisis in 1970 in Montreal, and there's a wonderful film, a recent film actually, that's being shown by the Association Canadienne Française at the Cité des Prairies on the 7th of May. This will be a French film with English subtitles, and it's really interesting. It's looking at one of the FLQ cells, the one that actually kidnapped Pierre Laporte and murdered him in 1970. And it looks at them a year before, when they were starting to get together in a little Gaspé village, and how they're turning things upside down. So
thank you, both of you, for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you, Brian, in this fancy attire over the weekend. Thank you so much, guys. That is the Historic Lethbridge Festival revisits the 1970s, happening May 2nd through the 10th. Tons of events, tons of things to check out.